welcome back. If you were viewing how to set up this game, Suburbia, from my other video. If you are new, I recommend that you watch that so you can learn how to set it up. Otherwise, this is just a video on how to play the game. So I'm playing a two-player game. I have my board set up. You can see my board, but not my opponent's board. And I am the first player. We randomly chose, and I have the starting player token. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. And how the game works is I have to pay the cost. So I have a couple of options. I can buy one of these from up here, and they're all exactly the same. This costs 3 for the yellow, 4 for the gray, and 3 for the green. Or I can always do an investment marker, or I can buy one of these. So if I were to buy one of these or do the investment marker, then I would have to discard one of these in the real estate market, so that the real estate market is always getting a new tile added each time, for each person's turn. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this freeway token. It cost me $5 and nothing for being that area. So I will turn in my 5, and then I have to decide where I'm going to place it. Placement is important in this game. So if I had decided to put it here, on here it says I get a negative reputation point, and reputation points affect your population. So you get a negative reputation if it's next to a green, so I wouldn't really want to put it there. So I look here, and what my card reads: negative if next to a green, a positive income if next to a blue. I don't have any blue currently. But if I place it next to this other gray, the effects from it go into effect also. So first we're going to count when we decide to lay something down. We're going to get all the effects from this. And then we'll go what's adjacent to it and get the effects from placing that tile. So I have nothing from this, but I get a positive reputation +1 for being next to having another yellow next to it. So I'm going to go ahead and score. I got no income, so I would collect my income right now after I place my tile. Then I have a reputation of 2, so I'm going to go over to the population board and move my population up by 2. Before the next player can go, we have to actually move up, advance each of our tiles. Okay, so now it's my turn again. I'm going to grab the the fast food restaurant. It cost me 7 and then still a 0. So I'll turn in my 10 and get 3 back. I'm going to place it here. So how this one works is I get +1 income. So I move that forward. Then it says +3 population for every adjacent green. So I'm going to move my population forward 1, 2, 3. Next, I need to do what's around it. So the green doesn't have any more effect. I get +1 population for being adjacent to a blue, and I get +1 income for being adjacent to a blue. So now my turn is over. I take my income. My income is now 2. My reputation is 3, so I move my population marker forward 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now we move on to the next person's turn after I advance each of these tokens. Okay, it's now my turn, and I would like to build a lake. How a lake works is you take any tile in the real estate market and you can turn it over. You can choose any one that you want, and you pay the cost above, which is 0 here, and then a lake is always 0 on the tile. So you take that tile and you place it anywhere that you want, and then the effects of it is you get $2 for every yellow, gray, green, or blue that it is adjacent to. So I have a gray and a yellow that it's adjacent to, so that would be $4. I collect my money, and that is my turn, and then I advance everything forward. And don't forget to score. So I still get my 2 income at the end of each of your turn. I have a reputation of 3, 1, 2, 3, and so I advance that by 3, and then you move on to the next player. I just played this convenience store and I received everything that is adjusted for it, and I paid my money and I received my 5 coins. So now I'm going to adjust my reputation by 3 on the population board. And so I go 1, 2, 3. Now if you notice, I cross this red line. And anytime that you cross a red line on this board, what it does is it has you go backwards 1 income and 1 reputation. So unless, here on forward, unless I increase it, I will be getting 1 less. Okay, so the game, as you can see, has progressed quite a bit, and I just wanted to show you how these investment markers work. So you take an investment marker, instead of picking up a tile from up here or here, you would pick something that you want to do the effect again. So I am going to do the effect of this. I have to pay the cost, so it was 17, and I pay that again, and then I get the effect of whatever it says. So on this case it says remove my reputation plus 1, and then increase my reputation plus 2 for every adjacent yellow. So that's 2, 4, and then 5 for that plus 1. So I move that forward 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then anytime you play an investment marker or you buy one of these, you have to discard a tile of your choice. So I'll go ahead and discard this tile, and it is out of the game. And then we progress all of our tiles forward 1, and it goes on to the next player. So when you see this turned over, what it means is that you finish the round that you're on and get back to the start player. And then everybody has 1 more turn left. So there's 1 more round after everybody finishes the current round. So you go ahead and you move that out. You turn over the top. You continue playing, and then until everybody's finished their last round, and then we'll score the game. So I'll be back in just a bit. Our final round is over, and now it's time to score. So our board has been scored as we played. So now it's time to score our goals. So whoever has the most yellow, so my opponent has 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will get the 15. So 85, 95, 100. And you don't, now in the final scoring, you don't have to worry about the red lines. That's just during the game. The other one is the fewest lakes. My opponent has 3, I have 1, so I get 20. That brings me to 120. And then we will check the gold cards. So my opponent has the fewest, their gold card was the fewest investment markers. And so they get 15 points because they don't have any use, and I used 1. So 15 points for them is 83, 88. And then my secret one is the highest in reputation. And so I by far have the highest reputation. So that's another 10 for me. The next thing that you will do is you'll look at your money and you will count 1 population point for every 5. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then those don't count. So I would get an additional 10 in population points. And my opponent has 45, so they're going to get an additional 9 in population points. So 88 makes it 97. So that is the final score. I've won this game. However, should we have had a tie, the way that you do a tie is that you look at, first, you look at who has the highest population. If that's tied, then you're going to next look at their reputation. If that's tied, then you're going to look at their income marker, whoever has the highest income marker. And if that's also tied, then you'll count the coins. And your chances of having that many ties is not very likely. So that is how you play the game, and I thank you for watching this video. And if you would like to know more about how each of these tiles work and how they impact each other, please watch my other video. Hope you have a good day. Bye.